you can win this beautiful car on the turn of a single card on Card Shark. And if you play your cards right, you can win $32,000. And now, the host of Card Shark, Bob Eubanks.
Well, thank you, Gene. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Card Shark. We hope you're having a nice day so far. Maybe we can add to it with a little fun in our show for the next half hour. We'll meet our Card Sharks, but right now, let's meet our two dealers. They're with us every morning, and we just couldn't do it without them. Here they are, the two prettiest ladies in television, Lacey Pemberton and Susanna Williams, our dealers on Card Shark. I was talking about that.
Thank you.
I know. Okay, if you deal the cards, we'll get the gang out here, and we'll start playing this game. Come on, Curtis and Lawanda, our two Card Sharks. All right, yeah. Curtis is our champion. He's won $3,000, and he's ready to play, I can tell.
I am ready, Bob.
Okay.
My name's Curtis Rakosi. Rakosi, Hungarian.
Okay.
Hungarian. I was born in Washington, D.C. and raised in upstate New York in the Borscht Belt in the Catskills.
Okay.
My wife and I have been married for a year and a half, my wife Linda, and I love to ski and I love to gamble.
Ski and gamble.
Ski and gamble.
You've come to the right place.
There we go.
We all ski around here. No, we gamble. So Lawanda, how are you?
Hi, Bob. How are you today?
I'm fine.
That's good. My name is Lawanda Harris. I'm married with two children, two boys, ages 9 and 6, and I have a wonderful husband, and I enjoy to bowl. I love bowling.
Bowling?
Yes, I do.
Well, good for you. A lot of people bowl. A lot of people on the show all the last couple of weeks have been bowling.
Yeah, Dixie.
All right. We're going to pick it up from where we left off last time. We were in the middle of game number 1. I was ready to ask the third question. As you can see, Curtis has a little bit of an edge, but not much. Lacey's got the cards dealt out just like they were when we left off last time. So, Curtis, first question is yours. This question involves our 16-year-old girls from Beverly Hills. There they are. These ladies have been with us all week long. They're from Beverly Hills, California. They're 16 years of age, and we've had a good time with them. Before the show, Curtis, we ask our 10 girls, do your parents insist on meeting a boy before you can go out with him? How many of these 10 girls said their parents do insist on meeting the boy first?
It's a pretty old-fashioned idea, but I think in this day and age with all the craziness going on, I think it's going to be 7 of the girls will say
7 of the girls you think will say that. Lawanda, what do you think?
Oh, these are Beverly Hills girls,
Yes,
right?
they are.
Okay, well, I'm quite sure their parents would love to meet the guys. I think that number is higher.
It might be higher than 7. Actual number of these girls whose parents insist on meeting the boy before they can go out with him is 6 of them. No,
Yeah, all right. Come on, Card.
Come on, Card. Which 6 of you ladies, your parents have to meet the guy first? Raise your hand if you would, please. Allison, is this a pain?
They always embarrass me. In fact, one time a guy came over, and when he rang the doorbell, my parents jumped up, and my dad insisted on shaking his hand. And they started talking about school, and then they were showing him around the house. It was very embarrassing.
They showed him around the house?
Yeah.
Gave him a tour?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Well, that's not so bad at all. I would do the same thing if I was your dad. I mean, what the heck? I'd want to meet the guys that went out with my daughter. Every one of them. Okay, ladies, thank you very much. Nice to have you here. Here we go. Curtis?
All right.
We'll keep the jack, I assume.
I'm going to keep the jack, Bob. Go lower for me, will
Lower,
you?
we
Yes.
did.
Higher, Bob.
Higher than the 7
Higher than
in order
7.
to win the game.
Higher,
Is it higher?
higher.
No, it is not. And that means Lawanda gets a free chance. The king is your card, Lawanda.
The same king. I'm going to go lower.
Lower. Lower it is.
Higher.
Going higher. You got it.
Higher.
Higher, the lady says no. Back to where we started. Okay, we didn't make any progress at all, but we are going to play sudden death. The fourth and final question is coming up, and we'll get to that question right after these words. Don't go there. Hey, all next week on Card Sharks, we have 10 Playgirl centerfolds. And one of the questions that I asked these guys is, when you pose, did you take it all off? Well, what do you think they said? You'll find out when you join us on Card Sharks all next week with our 10 centerfolds. See you then. By the way, we'll be doing a Young People's Week on Card Sharks in the near future, so if you're between the ages of 10 and 13, you'd like to be a contestant on our show and you live in the Southern California area, Susanna's going to tell you how you can do that. Susanna?
That's right, Bob. Just send us a postcard with your telephone number to Young Contestants, Card Sharks, 6430 Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood, California, 90028. Or if you're in Southern California, you can call area code 213-520-1234. Back to you, Bob.
Thank you, Susanna. All right, we're going to play sudden death. Fourth and final question. Someone has to win the game.
Okay.
On the next play of the cards, Lawanda, it's your question, and here we go. We surveyed 100 men who have been married 50 years or more. We asked them, is your wife the only woman you've ever kissed in a romantic way? How many men married 50 years said yes, their wife is the only woman they've ever romantically kissed?
50 years and in one
50
marriage?
years.
Oh, those guys did something in the back somewhere down the line. I
Think
know
so,
they
huh?
did. Yes, I do.
You don't trust men, do
No,
you?
I do not trust him.
Trust your husband?
I trust him sometimes.
Just sometimes.
Sometimes. Well, out of a guy being married 50 years, I think about 30.
30 out of the 100 said their wife is the only woman they've ever kissed romantically. Curtis, higher or lower than 30, pal?
My grandmother's old boyfriend was he was married for 48 years and then his wife passed away. But he used to tell me stories about him and the women before she came along. And I think it's going to be higher than that, but I think these men have fun like you and me.
Okay, now your logic is not matching your answer, so I'll make sure. But she said 30 out of 100 said their wife is the only woman they've ever kissed in a romantic way. Will it be higher or lower than 30?
Oh, that's the only woman. Oh, I think it's going to be lower than Bob.
I think it's going to be lower. I didn't want to confuse you, but your
Thank
logic
you.
didn't match your answer.
I appreciate it.
The actual, that's quite all right, so I'm here to help. Are we done with all that stuff? The actual number of men married 50 years who said their wife is the only woman they've ever kissed is 16 of them.
All right, all right.
Lower. All right, sudden death, Curtis. These are your choices. You can play it or you can pass it. If you goof, she wins the game. You pass it, if she goofs, you win the game.
LaWanda, go get him.
Don't you do that, Curtis. All right, well,
she
I'll
passed
do it
it.
myself.
He passed it to you, LaWanda.
Lower.
Lower than the king. Got it.
Higher.
Going higher. You got it again.
Lower.
Lower than the 10. No. Curtis wins the game.
All right.
Okay, it worked.
Good game.
$100, Curtis.
Yeah.
Game number 1.
All right.
LaWanda, you have to win the next game.
I'm going to win it.
All right, Lacey's going to deal out the cards in the same deck, and let's get going right now. Educated guess time on this question. Curtis, it's for you. Of all the boys who participated in high school football last year, what percentage had to be removed from a game because of injury? What percentage had to be removed from a game because of injury?
All the boys.
Injury.
There's a lot of injuries. I'd say that's a pretty high number. 65.
65%. LaWanda, higher or lower than 65?
Oh, no, you guys want to stay in those games, so they're going to try to get away from the injury. So I'd say that's numbers lower.
Think it's lower?
Yes.
Actual percentage of high school football players who were removed from a game because of injury is 34%.
Right.
Yes, it was considerably lower. Okay, LaWanda, time for you to win a game now, kid. Let's see if you do. Got an ace for
All
you.
right, ace, lower.
Lower it is.
Higher.
Higher than 7 it is not.
All right. Come on, cards.
Come on, cards. Curtis said, let's go.
All right, Bob. Lower, Bob. Lower.
Lower, yeah.
Lower again, Bob.
Lower again? No. Both have the same cards. Kind of fun. Well, heck, let's try another one then. LaWanda,
Yes.
Ronald Reagan spent his honeymoon with Nancy's parents.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. So we surveyed 100 men who are engaged to be married, and we asked them, would you like to spend your honeymoon with your wife's parents? How many engaged men would like to spend their honeymoon with their in-laws?
Well, I'm married, but my husband and my mom do not get along. And, you know, this is his mother-in-law.
Yeah.
So I can imagine the guys are getting two in the family. So, no, they wouldn't spend their honeymoon with their
How many
in-laws.
said they would like to, though?
They would like to?
Yeah.
Oh, I say about 22.
22 out of 100, Curtis?
Bob, I mean, I love my in-laws dearly, but that's the last place I'd want them to be is on my honeymoon. I don't know anybody would want to have their parents there. That's going to be a lot lower.
A lot lower? The actual number of engaged men who would like to spend their honeymoon with their in-laws is 9 of them.
Yeah, all
There
right.
it was, Curtis.
All right.
Hey, Curtis, here we go.
I'm going to play that ace. Lower, Bob.
Lower indeed.
Lower, Bob.
Lower it is not.
Right.
LaWanda
Come
has
on,
an ace also.
LaWanda. Lower.
Lower, we got a jack.
Lower.
Lower, we got a 4.
Higher.
Going higher, no. Well, that cards have been lousy in this
What's
game,
wrong
huh?
with these cards?
It's Lacey's fault. It's not my
Lacey,
fault.
come on.
Lacey does it all the time. We'll be back in just a moment with more Card Show.
These are tough cards.
They are. This is not good for us.
We have returned. All right, let's continue with this game now. Next question is for you, Curtis, and this question involves our 10 16-year-old girls from Beverly Hills. Ladies, again. Okay, girls and Curtis. Before the show, we asked these 10 girls, do you have a pair of jeans that are so tight that you have to lie on your back to zip them up? How many of these 10 girls do have a pair of jeans so tight they have to lie on their back to zip them up?
Oh, that's the thing now. I mean, that's what gets the boys. I think 7 of the girls say they got to lay
7
down.
of them. LaWanda, what do you say about this?
I think that's going to be a little lower.
Think it might be lower than
Yeah.
that? What do they do then when they go somewhere and they have to
Well, see,
use the
majority
restroom,
of them
for
have
instance?
boyfriends, so they don't need those tight jeans anymore.
Oh. Well, the actual number of these girls who have a pair of jeans so tight they have to lie on their back to zip them up is 6 of them. You're right. It was lower.
Right.
That's real strange, really. Which 6 of you ladies have jeans that tight? Raise your hand. Shannon, why would you want a pair of jeans that tight?
I don't know. One day I borrowed them from a friend and I had to struggle to get them on because they were really old. And I got them on and we got them zipped. But later on that day I was playing football and they split all the way up the back.
Oh. That's why you want jeans that tight. I see. Okay, ladies. Thank you very much. All right. LaWanda, you got the control. I know you want to keep the
I'm
ace.
going lower.
Well, let's try it again. Lower it is.
Oh, lower.
Lower than the 9. 6.
Higher.
Higher than the 6. King.
Lower.
Ready to win the game. Is it lower? Yes. Finally, somebody.
There you go. Now we're even.
You're right.
Okay, now we got to play tiebreaker. If you'll notice, this time Lacey's going to deal out only 3 cards. And this is a one-question sudden death game to determine who our winner's going to be, who our champion will be. You're going to play for the big money. So good luck to the 2 of you. You're both good contestants. LaWanda, it's your question. We surveyed 100 United States congressmen in Washington, D.C., and we asked them, have you ever kissed a baby during a political campaign? How many U.S. congressmen said, yeah, they've kissed a baby?
Yeah, they have kissed babies. They have to keep being reelected so they get to the children to get the votes. So I think that's a little medium number. I'm going to say about 52.
52 out of 100. Let's see what Curtis says.
Those guys have their lips all over the place. We know that now. They'll kiss anything that they're allowed to kiss. It's going to be higher, Bob. It's going to be higher. They're kissing away.
Sometimes
right
when
now.
they're not allowed to kiss,
You
right?
got it.
Yeah. Well, I wish I'd have said that, Curtis. When you got the funny stuff, give it to me, okay? Because you win the money. I'm just here free.
You're free.
Let's see. The actual number of congressmen who have kissed the baby is 61 of them. Yeah, it was higher. Now, Curtis, your choices are this. I will show you your base card and LaWanda's base card. There's yours, and LaWanda's is a 5. Now, you can play it out or you can pass it on. You can change the 10 if you want to also. What are you going to do, pal?
Go ahead, LaWanda.
I'm going to pass it on to LaWanda. Okay, LaWanda?
Okay, come on, cards. Higher.
Higher than the 5, it is.
Lower.
All right, if it's lower, LaWanda is our champ. If it's not lower, Curtis is our champ. Lower than the 10? No! Curtis is the champ.
Good game. Yeah.
Oh, by the hair of your chinny chin chin up there.
Yes.
LaWanda, you're a beautiful lady. We have
Thank you.
$100 for you. Thank you very much.
I enjoyed myself, Bob.
Glad you did. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Come on, Curtis.
Yes, Bob.
Boy, that was a close one, my friend.
Both of them. Yeah.
You don't do anything easy, do you?
don't.
No. Okay. Here come the ladies again. They've got a deck of cards that you cut earlier, and they'll start dealing these cards out. Now, you know what's going to happen now. Last time, what did you win? You won $2,800 over there last time. All right. They'll deal the cards out. We've added a couple of jokers to the deck. We want to make you aware of that because when they pop up, it gives you another opportunity of winning that new car. Also, you can change 1 card per line. That's a very important rule for you. And because you are the champ, Lacey's got 1 joker for you, so you know you at least have 1 opportunity. Why don't we give him some money to bet with? Can we do that? $200 is what we do. Okay, good luck, Curtis. Here we go.
Thanks, Bob.
You're welcome.
Good card.
Yeah, good card. Come on, Curtis, win the money. How's
All right.
that?
All of it higher, Bob.
All of it higher than the deuce. How's
Yes.
that?
All of it higher, Bob.
All of it higher than 3, 6.
Yes.
You got 800.
Change it with the 2.
Number 2, gonna change the 6. Let's see what the 6 becomes. It now becomes a 9. $800, Curtis.
200. Lower, Bob.
200 lower than the 9. It's all right. You're in fine shape. 600 up here. Give you another 4. You got $1,000 in the jack.
$1,000. 500 lower, Bob.
$500 lower than the jack. 6 is your card. 1,500 now.
Let's change that with the 1.
Number 1. Get rid of the 6, and then 6 becomes a 4.
Better.
1,500.
$1,000 higher, Bob.
1,000 higher than the 4.
Yeah.
You did it again. $2,500 now, Curtis.
$1,000. 1,500 lower, Bob.
1,500.
1,500 lower.
Woo, on a 9. Scare me to death. Is it lower? Yeah! All right, Curtis!
Every penny higher, Bob.
You bet. It's going to be worth Now cheer up, Curtis. You're going to be all right. Just cheer up. You're going to be fine. You've got $11,200. But we're not done. Thank you, Lacey. Take this joker right here, because in just a moment, we're going to give you a chance to win a brand new car right after this.
All right. Yes!
Welcome back to Card Sharks. Okay, champ, you got $11,200. And I tell you what we got now. We got a car for you to win, and this is the car you can win. So take a look.
The
Gino?
Toyota Tercel 3-door liftback EZ model comes with standard equipment, body side molding, pinstriping, and California emission. Good luck, Curtis.
All right, Curtis, go win a car. We're rooting for you. Got $11,200 so far.
6.
And you're
My
going to
wife
try
told
out
me
number
to.
6. Your wife told you
My
number
wife
6?
told me number 6.
Well, I hope your wife is right. We'd love to see you win that car. Looking for the word car behind
Come on,
number
Bob,
6.
do it.
Be there. Doggone, no.
Right.
Down here, number 3 today, Curtis. There
All
we go.
right.
Well,
I'm
half
so
the audience
happy.
had number 3 chosen. All right, Curtis, watch R2-D2 now. He'll come around, hit you right in the back, and then you'll have to get an attorney to file a whiplash. Okay? I want you to go over there and stand where the champion stands. And Mary, would you please join us?
All right, Mary.
Well, Curtis likes all these pretty girls come up here. He beats them and he gets to hug them, you see. Pretty good, isn't it, Curtis? Yeah.
Great.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Bob. My name is Mary Wilson. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I moved out to L.A. to work in sales. Now I'm really excited. I'm going back home to Chicago for good in a couple weeks.
You're Mary Wilson.
Uh-huh.
You weren't part of the Supremes,
No,
were you?
a lot of people ask me,
I
though.
bet they do. Yeah, well, you're part of the Supremes. Okay. Win 2 games, you're the champ. Let's get it going right now. Curtis, first question is yours.
All right.
We surveyed 100 married women, and we asked them, have you ever been so suspicious that you followed your husband to see where he's really going? How many married women admitted they followed their husband?
My wife would never do that because she'd never have to. Now, I know a lot of my friends' wives, if I should be telling them to go look for their husbands, I think that's going to be a relatively low number because I don't think they'll admit it, Bob. I just don't think they'll admit it.
How
I'm
many
going to say 28.
28 out of 100. Mary, what do you think, huh?
Well, I know just following my boyfriend, which I've done a few times. One old boyfriend I followed all the way to his college, which was 3.5 hours away. And I spied on him, and it hurt me because I saw him kiss someone else. So
No
it's not
kidding.
a good thing to spy
Then you had to
on
drive
someone.
home, right?
Yeah, and then I had to go home and go to school the next morning.
7 hours to watch your boyfriend kiss somebody else.
So I'm going to say that number is a little higher than that.
A little higher. The actual number of married women who have been so suspicious they followed their husband is 17 of them. No.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, Curtis, you got it.
Come on, Bob. Do
All
it
right,
again.
Curtis, there's the card.
King, all right, Bob. Lower, Bob.
Lower than the king. No.
I don't
Mary's
believe it.
applauding. Look out. Listen, I'm this card over. Don't be nervous now. There. Look at what I got.
Lower!
Lower than the ace. 8.
Lower!
Lower than the 8.
Oh.
Oops. But you both have good base cards. Keep that in
I know,
mind.
Harry.
Mary, here's a question. We surveyed 100 people, and we asked them, have you ever made a long-distance call at someone else's house without telling them? Listen to those 10 girls down there. They have. How many people admitted they've done that?
Well, I have never made a long-distance call at another person's house without telling them.
I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
I would always use a credit card if I did.
Not me.
But my girlfriend was just in last week and did it at my house. So
Yeah.
I can say that number is kind of mid-range, about 45.
45 out of 100 people have done that, Curtis.
Bob, I'm with you. I've done it a bunch of times. I've done it to people I know that I should have told because they mean something to me. My friends have done it to me. I just looked this last time. I had to call to Tennessee. I couldn't figure out where it was. It was one of my buddies from my fraternity. I do it, but I don't think anybody's going to admit it. That's the problem. So I'm going to say it's lower than her number.
Lower than 45? The actual number of people who have made a long-distance call at someone else's house without telling them is 15.
Yeah. They're all liars, Bob. See
That
that?
makes me a sleazebag, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, don't say anything, Lee.
He's that king. Lower, Bob. Lower.
No.
Twice in a row.
Twice in a row, Curtis.
Say an ace.
Mary's already jumping down and going, lower. Yep.
Lower!
Lower it again. Yep. Higher. Yep.
Freeze!
Freeze. Yes. My goodness, let's freeze right there. Okay, we'll pause for these words, and we will be right back with more Card Sharks.
An ace. Twice.